Hello and welcome to a really fun one. Here is a brand new box of 1991 Yo MTV Raps Musicards. So there's going to be all kinds of celebrities, musicians, performers, and a really fascinating look into 90s music. So there are 10 cards per pack and 36 packs. So we are going to do a stack of 9 packs, and 6, 7, 8, 9. And we'll get a look into what the cards look like, what the set feels like, and just really check these out. And I'm excited about this. And there's some phenomenal, performers in here. So we'll talk about them as we go, and we'll talk about some values of the cards that may have a little more value than others. Over here is our podium. The greatest performer will go there until there is only one remaining at the end. And at that point, they will be the winner of the day. So let's check these out and get started. Over here, there's a special offer. You can collect your music cards and music cards binder. Only $6.95, $3.75 for shipping and handling. A total of $10.70. And collector sheets and more. So that's kind of fun. And you got this yellow and green kind of color scheme. And there is the outside of the wrapper. All right, let's open one up and see what we've got. So it looks like each one has an instant win here. So similar to the Pro Set Football had a scratcher to win a game to, I believe it was the Super Bowl or the Pro Bowl. And so here they have scratchers as well. So we'll put these aside. That could be fun. And here we go, starting out with the back of the cards. So it looks like we have a very stylistic back design here. And we've got the logo, a photo, and then some information about the artist. So looking pretty cool. And then the front, we have this stylistic design on top and the bottom, a little bit of a texture to it, visually, not feeling wise, and the name there below, and the image right in the center. So looking pretty nice as a card overall. That's the feel. In terms of thickness, not too thick, not too thin. Your standard early 90s Pro Set. And very cool. So here we have BWP. And we'll recognize a lot of these as we go. Here we got Black Sheep and Craig G. Super Lover C and Casanova Rudd. Awesome. And KRS-One, he gets the horn. He is one of the legends of hip-hop. The professor himself. I like that. Let's put him into a sleeve. And for now, absolutely, he's going to get the podium position because anytime you have KRS-One, he deserves to be on stage. And here we have the young black teenagers. We got Public Enemy. Look at that. That's cool. So cool. We're going to put that one right over here. And then we have LL Cool J coming right in. There's going to be so many big names here. So many big names. MC Hammer. This is a big one. He gets the horn. So this card can have some value maybe around $80 or so as a PSA 10. Most are not going to be that, so nothing too wild, but that's one of the potentially up there ones. We'll put him into a sleeve, and he'll definitely join our performing crew for today's show. Lots of metaphors here. I think Hammer over KRS. What do you think? Let me know. For now, I think KRS has to keep it. And we're diving in to pack number 2. And they look fun too. There's this clear plastic on the edges, and then you have the printed coloring covering the cards. So it's kind of unique. And I wonder, let's see, what was the winning thing? MTV Raps, a trip to New York to watch a live taping of MTV Raps, and these expire in 1992. All right. I was wondering if we could still win, still get something cool and show up. But on we go to Oaktown's 357. And Slick Rick. The Beastie Boys. That's a cool one. I'll put them into a sleeve. And what I like about this set from the little reading that I did is you've got all multiple cards of the same artist. So there'll be different Beastie Boys, cards, different MC Hammer cards. So it'd be fun to see the different, photographs they've taken. What's interesting here is the color difference. This has much darker, richer colors. This has lighter colors. So I wonder if even the same packs and the same printing, there was different variations there in terms of the sheets that they cut or how the cards were inserted. But we'll find out more as we go. And here is Black Sheep. And we have Terminator X. And Chuck D. All right. That's a phenomenal photo. Let's sleeve that one up. Nice, and he'll join our lineup. And we have De La Soul. Another great group shot there. And I feel like it's just going to be hit after hit in terms of music hits, where we're oh, there's that song and then another song. Because coming up right after De La Soul here is none other than Public Enemy. So there they are. And then it's going to keep going good. So that's one thing I like about, non-sport cards, because maybe the value isn't as significant as some sport cards, but when you're going through, you're going to see big name after big name, and they're just going to be a lot of fun. So that's one of the primary reasons, I like these cards, is just for getting to pull fun ones like, here we are, MC Hammer. That huge American flag behind him, and he's got the white hammer pants on. That is a fun one. And that's really it, that's part of the joy of, collecting and opening these boxes, is just seeing who you get and then getting to learn about the people behind everything, because that's one of the biggest parts of, of collecting is the people. So there we go. And on to the next pack. We'll start to cruise along now that we're familiar with kind of the layout and how it all goes. We will start to get a little bit faster as we're looking through these names. And we have Rapping is Fundamental. Kind of going back to that riff, Reading is Fundamental, back from the 90s. And Tony D. There we go. and another Tony D. So we got Tony D right next to Tony D. So that's kind of a look into the different photos you may get of the same performer. And here we've got the Yo Posse. It's a fun card to have in there. Vanilla Ice. Believe it or not, a lot of ice cards. We got Biz Marquee. Run DMC. There we go. Another Vanilla Ice. Heavy D and the Boys. EPMD. And on we go to the next one. Here we go. Starting out, we got Cool Mo D. That's a good looking one. We'll tuck that in. And what I should do is put on just some of the tracks from these performers as we look. So maybe the next one. Nikki D. T Money. And we've got the Afros. And another Vanilla Ice. I think we can probably see a lot of those. Houdini. Run DMC again. Another Vanilla Ice. LL Cool J. And his ring says it all. EPMD. And you got it. All right, next pack up. We are cruising all the way into the middle already. Turning the corner. This is pack number 5 of 9. And, wow, I got to turn this way. And I think there may be a hologram in here somewhere too. It's one of those rare inserts, but we'll keep our eye out for that. And we have Fab 5 Freddy. Queen Latifah. That's a great looking one. We'll tuck her into a sleeve. And she's been beyond music, been a mainstay for decades. So it's really fun to kind of see where some of these artists came from and where they are. Some still very much prominent, and all of them in some way or another influential. We got Main Source, the Afros, Vanilla Ice, Cool Mo D, and Run DMC. Another Vanilla Ice. He seems to be wearing white very often in these. So I wonder if that's his usual go-to. I know he's ice though, but I feel like I could mix it up a lot. And we got Slick Rick. And another MC Hammer. Look at that jacket. Unbelievable. We keep on rolling. Let's see what is next. And I believe, there we go. We have the LA Posse. Nikki D. Queen Latifah again. Main Source. Fab Five Freddy. These are amazing. Cool Mo D. And just the cultural impact too. Some of these are going to be more obvious than others, but oftentimes a lot of the really, really famous groups were inspired by, mentored by, and really supported by some of these other performers as well. So it really ties together really, really deeply. And Slick Rick and MC Hammer again. All right. We got a few left here. Let's see where we're headed. Ooh, we got double scratchers in that one. I wonder if that means there will be less scratchers in others, or we just got extra lucky. Dr. Dre and Ed Lover. Heavy D and the Boys. Queen Latifah. Oaktown's 357. Flavor Flav. You know it. That's a cool one too. Boogie Down Productions, BDP, another KRS related card. Big Daddy Kane. 3 Times Dope. And the Digital Underground. And then another Big Daddy Kane. All right, we got 2 left. We are cruising through these. Ed OG and the Bulldogs. LA Posse. Leaders of the New School. Another Leaders of the New School. And the background, the backdrops in some of these photos is incredible. Fab Five Freddy. Nice lighting in that. And again, the backdrop, really creative. A lot of these photos are. Eric B. and Rakim. Digital Underground. Three Times Dope. Digital Underground again. And Big Daddy Kane. And that brings us to the last pack of the stack. We've had awesome card after awesome card. Let's see what this one may hold. Brand Nubian, but no photo on the back. That's interesting. And we got them on the front. Def Jeff. Kid Capri. KMD. That's cool. Looks to be in good shape, so we'll kind of preserve it. Even for some of these older 90s cards, if they're in nice shape, I like to just throw them in a sleeve and try to keep them good. Eric B. and Rakim, another one, but different photo. Digital Underground. Look at all the reflections in the glasses. This one's looking pretty cool. And Yeah. What an era in terms of music, culture, newness, and just kind of impact over time. Heavy D and the Boys, Young MC, Public Enemy, there's the clock. Recognize that. And then lastly, LL Cool J, a great card to end on our last pack of the stack. So let's check this out. We have KRS is going to lead off our performance soon after. MC Hammer. Now we'll just kind of go through. There are so many. Digital Underground, KMD, Vanilla Ice, Queen Latifah, Cool Mo D, MC Hammer. Ah, interesting. Looks like it was from the same photo shoot. Two different poses. That's cool. Public Enemy, De La Soul, Chuck D, and the Beastie Boys. So there you have it. Our lineup for the day. I'll just spread them out like that because there are so many and they're everywhere on the stage right now. There you go. A really cool set of pulls, kind of going back a little bit, checking out some cultural history, some music history, and some really fun cards. So hope you learned something. Hope you had fun. And there you have it. Until next time.